no way, shape, or form will Norfolk Southern get off the hook for the mess that they created.
There's a set of things that we need to do in order to make sure that there's more accountability and safety for freight rail. That includes things that we're doing as a department, things we need Congress to work with us on, and things that the rail industry could do right now. And I'm calling on them to do that.
And those calls for change continue in the wake of the Norfolk Southern derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. But will the push for progress and accountability stick in the weeks, months, and years to come? Michael O'Shea is a member of the legal team representing East Palestine residents, and he is with us this morning. Sir, we appreciate your time. I was reading some of the notes of who you represent, your clients, from a woman who owns a bed and breakfast to a farmer who's been in that community for generations, worries about his crops. Tell us about these people, their concerns, their immediate worries, given what has happened.
Well, first of all, Marni, thanks for giving these folks a voice. That's been very important to them. They being heard is one of the most important things to them right now. Like I said before, or like I said when I released my statement to you, that one of the women I represent runs a bed and breakfast. She's run it successfully up in that very rural, beautiful area of Ohio for a long time. It's successful pre-accident, and now people have called off their visits, and she can't get any bookings, and it's not her fault. And then I've got another poor guy who's been a farmer up there in his family for generations, and he says to me, no one's going to buy my crops. And for instance, we have a store chain here in Cleveland called Giant Eagle, and they've just taken all this jug water off their shelf that they think might have been taken up there in the East Palestine area. So people like this are just suffering these immediate property losses, and it's really staggering to see what some of them have had to go through.
Right, they're worried in the now, but they're also worried about the future, and I think who can blame them? Norfolk Southern, Michael, is offering $1,000 checks to people who have been impacted. Many are probably your clients. They're calling this an inconvenience fee, but you're advising people not to take this money. Why is that?
Well, first of all, a lot of these folks that are being offered this trickle money, as I've termed it, are extremely economically vulnerable. So despite whatever good advice a lawyer can give them, and I said to somebody earlier, any lawyer first year out of law school is going to tell their clients not to take this money, sign these forms, including, for some reason, they want these folks to sign a W-9, which means they, being Norfolk and Southern, is going to report this money to the IRS's income to these people, so it'll be taxed. But the inconvenience fee very much scares us. There's a form that these folks have to fill out. It has personal information, social security number, date of birth, and then they're taking the reimbursement check and the inconvenience fee, and they're combining them into one check and then giving them to these folks after they sign the form and the W-9. And we are very cautious about this and recommending to all of our clients not to take this trickle money if they can afford it. I live on the planet Earth. I know that some of these folks are just going to have to struggle with where they're going to live and what they're going to do the next day. Some of them don't have a large amount of savings. So
right. Well, and to that point, Michael, litigation is very expensive, and the wheels of the law do not turn very quickly. To see any result and reimbursement from the costs they may incur could be a very long time.
Yes, and look, to be honest with you, Marni, I think Norfolk and Southern knows this. They have bean counters who have calculated, let's make it $1,000. It's right where it creates such a need for the person that they're trying to sell it to. So you're right. I mean, and they know this. They've got folks that do this for a living that know exactly what this amount should be. We sent them a document, by the way, a couple of weeks ago saying, hey, look, sign this document, Norfolk and Southern, if our folks take this money, which unconditionally ratifies what you're releasing through public relations statements, that this money is not a compromise of their future claims, and they won't sign that document. So that makes us even more suspicious.
Well, please give our best to your clients, Michael. I know you represent a lot of people who are concerned for the health of themselves, their families. This is their home. It is their livelihood. A woman trying to sell her home may not be able to. Michael O'Shea, member of the legal team representing residents of East Palestine. We'll have you back for an update soon. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for the shout out for these folks. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.